Welcome to Crazy Shot World. This is part two of season one. I'm your favorite TikToker's favorite TikToker, the most controversial, the best of the best. Who's better than me? Nobody. Now we're getting an introduction today. We got two playing games. We got the Hawks and the Heat, and we got the Lakers and the Wolves. Let's get down to business with this Hawks and Heat game. All right, so boom. I got the Hawks winning tonight by +3. I think they're gonna win by at least 3 points tonight. I feel like the Hawks are just the better all around team. You feel what I'm saying? I feel like they're better offensively. Yes, the Heat are better defensively. I'm not gonna discount that. But I think that Trey Young, I hope he has DeJounte now. So I don't know. The Heat, they're gonna have to choose who they want to go off. I don't think they're gonna be able to guard both of them. I think as a team, the Heat are just too small of a team. When you got Jimmy Butler playing the four, you got an undersized Bam, and I think that like the Hawks are just gonna get it done, man. I think Trey is him. If you had to choose one of them to go off, you're probably gonna pick Trey, man. You're probably gonna pick Trey. King Money Flizzard. So they're gonna have to pick and choose who they want to have. Trey has another person who can shot create, facilitate, and play make in DeJounte. I think he's going to be a key factor in this game. I think DeAndre Hunter is going to be big in this game. John Collins is going to be big in this game. We'll see what he does. And Ken Capella's running, defense, and rebounds are going to be huge in this game. Let's see. Now, I did some little research, The Hawks scored more points than the Heat. The Hawks, for the season, ranked third in the league with 118 points. While, the Heat were terrible. They were last in the league. They only averaged 109 points. So their offense is terrible. The Heat, of course, their offense is terrible. They can't score that well. They're not a good 3-point shooting team. They're basically relying on Jimmy Butler. I don't think Jimmy Butler is going to one man the Hawks personally. I don't think he can do it. Not this year. Because now Trey has somebody else to depend on. So it's not just him doing his job by himself. The Hawks are also better in field goal percentage. They were ranked ninth in league with 48. And then the Heat was ranked 46. They were ranked 26 in the league. So the Heat struggle to score. Like, they're just atrocious offensively. I don't think their defense is going to be good enough to beat this Hawks team. Especially when you got either like Trey, a top five playmaker in this league. On top of that, you got DeJounte, who's a good defender, a good shot creator, a good rebounder. I think they're gonna be able to do some things, make some things happen. Hawks up. You crazy king. So like I don't think this will be a close game. I, I think it'll be close for the most part, but I think the Hawks gonna walk away with the. Then the Hawks are gonna become, I believe, the seventh seed in the East. I don't see how it's going to be hard for the Heat to win this game. I don't see how they win this game if they even pull this out some way, somehow. I know a lot of people are going to say, oh, pick the Heat. They're a better team. I disagree with that. It is what it is. Then we got the Lakers versus the Wolves. If you pick the Wolves, you're insane. There's no Rudy. Their rim protector, their rebounder, he's out of there. I don't believe in Cat. Cat not even the best player on his team. It's clearly Anthony Edwards. Rudy Gobert is the second best player. Cat is the third best player. I said what I said. Argue with his significant other, not me. Like I don't see any situation the Wolves could win. I mean, what's his face could drop 40. Ant Man was gonna be empty stats. Like, what's dropping 40 really gonna do? Come on, let's be real right now. Like, what is that gonna do? I mean, I think AD and LeBron are is gonna be enough for them to win this game. Jared Vanderbilt is not going to be there, their best perimeter defender. He's not going to be there. Jaden McDaniels. Jaden McDaniels won't be on the Wolves. because he decided to be a smart guy and hit. You see the fire hydrant in the background? He decided to hit one of those. Oh no, he hit a wall. I'm sorry. He decided to be an idiot and hit a wall. Nobody told him to do that. The Wolves are just the lesser of a team, I guess you could say. I think the Lakers win by 15 plus. I think it's gonna be a blowout. I think it ain't gonna be close. Hopefully, Dennis Schroeder step up. You never know what you're gonna get for him. Malik Beasley, we'll see what we get for him. Who else on that Lakers squad? Yeah, so I think the Lakers got in the bag. Now they can kind of coast. Rudy and Kyle, they got in their little spat. Me personally, I'm on Rudy's side. If y'all don't know, Rudy Gobert's my guy. He's one of my favorite players. If you call a man out his name, prepare for action and fire. Hey, Rudy wasn't gonna let that ride. Come on, let's be real. Let's be real. There's no way you call that man out his name, a female dog, and you think he ain't gonna hit you. Talking crazy. Yeah, you talking crazy, you're gonna get hit crazy too. While you at it, it's gonna be a two for two foot. You understand what I'm saying? Ant Man is the best player on that team. I think the Wolves need to blow up that whole team, trade everyone except for Rudy and Ant Man. Everything else could go. Set up a fire cell. Give her the cat, bro. Cat, I don't know what y'all seen this man, cat, but he's mid. Crybaby, soft, horrible on defense. The best shooting big, eesh. Come on, we all know that's Dirk. Let's be real here. Let's cut the cap. So this Laker Wolves game ain't gonna be much of a game, to be honest with you. It's just gonna be. I think it's gonna be boring, to be honest. So trade packages for Cat, right? So the teams I think should trade for Cat, or he'll be a perfect fit on the Bucks. You know, with Giannis, you give him spacing. Brook Lopez is probably gonna be gone. You get another big, but down there, big that can help space the floor for Giannis. Cat is a walking lick on defense. We all know that, but it is what it is when it comes to that. I think the Hawks, it'll be a good trade. Probably trade John Collins and Trey for Cat. I wouldn't mind that because the Wolves need a point guard too. John Collins, I think, will be fine over there. You get a real four, a person who can play the four next to Rudy, can also stretch the floor. Miami could use Cat. Excuse me. Miami could use Cat. You could put him at the five, his natural position, because he obviously sucks at the four. You move the undersized Bam to the four. I feel like he should be a four man. He's not a five man. He's severely undersized. He's small. Pause. The Mavericks is another team that should trade for Cat. They need a big. Kyrie's probably out of there. You probably not getting Kyrie back. You could get Luca though. My boy Luca Magic, the man who missed the playoffs in his prime. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that too on the show a little bit, Got some things to say about Luca. Another great team that should trade for Cat, and the last team I think is the Hornets. They need to get something next to Lamelo, man. Because I think Lamelo's gonna ask for a trade soon. You need to give him a player, give him somebody, anybody at this point. I think Cat is a perfect player for them. And as we all know, Trey's on the trade block as well. Atlanta's thinking of moving on from him. Now Trey, a lot of teams have a point guard in the future, so it's gonna be a little tricky with Trey. I had Chicago trade him for DeMar or trade him for Zach Levine. Yeah, I mean they need a point guard over there. The Pat Bev effect is in full effect. Wherever he go, a team make the playoffs. That's standing true to this day. Shout out to Pat Bev, he's him. Miami Heat, they need a point guard. You got old Kyle Lowry, who is boo boo trash. You get him up out of here, give him the boot. He need to be in a retirement home, sitting in a rocking chair. Like he not him. He need to go. I don't even know why he's still getting paid on that roster. We being real right now. The Rockets, I don't think Jalen Green's a point guard. You need a point guard over there. I think Trey and Jalen Green will work good off each other. Jalen Green, I feel like is an off-ball guard. He doesn't need the ball in his hands. I think he can score off the ball. I think Trey will make that team better. The core of Trey, Jalen Green, Shaboon, Jabari Smith Jr. I think you could do something there. Maybe somehow they give My boy Victor Wembanyama, you go get him. And I think they could get some cooking over there. The Pelicans need a point guard too. I don't think CJ's a point guard. Are they gonna have to trade assets and players? Only time will tell. Time will tell. But we gonna see. The Suns. The Suns gonna need a point guard. Chris Paul is washed. Boo boo. Dunzo. It's time for him to get out of there. They might go after Kyrie, but you can go after Trey. I think Trey will be better there. The only problem is he's a defensive liability, but you can make something happen with him, KD, Booker, A. Team be real scary. The Nuggets would be another good team for Trey, but I don't know if Jokic can play. I don't know if neither one of them can play an off-ball role. But I think next to Jamal Murray, you trade Jamal Murray up out of there. You put Trey there. I think Trey will be make facilitating easy for Jokic, and he can score too. And the Jazz need a point guard. They don't got nothing over there. They got a whole bunch of picks. It's up to them whether they want to draft players or not draft players. But he could fit over there in Utah. Him and Walker Kessler. The Jazz need a facilitator. I think if they can get a facilitator over there, they could be a good team. They got a whole bunch of assets they can also trade off to go get Trey. I think that's a good landing spot for him. Now we're going to talk about potential upsets. Let me see, because I got like two potential upsets that I want to talk about today that I think is going to happen. Let me ain't that many upsets. I don't think so. So by looking at this, a potential upset I see. I think the Warriors gonna beat the Kings. That's one of the potential upsets I see. And another one I see is the Clippers and Suns. I think when it comes to that Clippers and Suns, the Clippers is the better team. I don't see anything the Suns do better than the Clippers, to be honest with you. Even without PG, I think they could still win. I think it's a 7-game series, 6 the least. But I'm going with Suns and 7, man. Y'all know the vibes, man. That Cavs next game is close. 7-game series, but I got the Knicks being the edge of the mountain 7 games, man. I think the Knicks can beat the Cavs in 7 games. Is what it is. Another potential upset I see. The Nuggets are probably gonna play the Lakers. I, depending on what AD you get, depends on that series. If you get Charmin tissue soft AD, the Nuggets are getting them up out of there. If LeBron has to carry in that series, just give me the Nuggets, man. Who else I got? I think the Grizzlies. No, scratch that. The Lakers are gonna play Memphis. So when it comes to that, Lakers are gonna play Memphis. Lakers are gonna beat Memphis in 6 games, maybe 5. You have no Steven Adams, no Brendan Clark. Triple J is a foul machine because he's gonna foul out. So I think the Grizzlies are too small. I don't think Ja is gonna be as effective as everybody thinks he is. So give me the Lakers in 7. Lakers in 6. Maybe 5. AD's frying my boy Triple J. Feasting. All you can eat buffet. Hopefully. Knicks Nets. That's the most boring series I see. Get them up out of here. Philly in 6. Now this Heat and Hawks, right? I think the Hawks gonna beat them. Beat the Heat. So they're gonna end up playing the Celtics. They play the Celtics. Celtics get them up out of there in 5 games. I think Trey gets them 1. That's it. Then this Raptors Bull game. Give me the Raptors. I think the Raptors play the Heat, and then the Heat beat them, and they become the 8th seed. If the Heat play the Bucks somehow, let's be honest, He's sweeping them. Bye bye. Up out of here. Gone. Dunzo. Finito. You feel me? It's over. If you got to play the Bucks in the first round, 5 games is all they're going. Celtics might be 6 game series. Kings Warriors. I ain't trusting no team that can guard a stop sign, a parked car, a non-moving human being. They couldn't even guard an open door at this point. So give me the Warriors in 6 games. The Kings are too young, too inexperienced. Yes, they're gonna put up a lot of points, but what's the point of giving up? What's the point of scoring 130 if you're gonna give up 140? That kind of defeats the purpose of basketball. It's to outscore your opponent while preventing your opponent to score. I think the Warriors are just gonna not play no games, get them out of here. Bye bye. Kings will see you next year, hopefully. And the Thunder definitely getting the Pelicans up out of here. They win that game. Come on now, let's be real. So when they win this game, they got to probably play the Timberwolves. They get the Timberwolves up out of here. The Thunder are gonna play the Nuggets and lose in 6 games. 6 games. 6 games. Now, matter of fact, 5 games. Shy get them one. All right. They ain't got no big man. Shy, Josh Giddey, I think they'll do pretty well. Jalen Williams will do well. But with no big, Jokic is going to have a field day. He going to put up 40, 12, and 40, 12, and 12 or something along the lines. Heard. Trey a better playmaker than Steph. I don't think that's crazy to say. I'm going on record to tell you that right now. If you talking about Trey is a guy who he has led the league in assists. He's a guy on a nightly basis who can get you 10 to 12 assists. I don't even think Steph is the best playmaker on his team, if we're being real right now. We all know Draymond is clearly the playmaker on there. And then y'all going to bring up the off-ball gravity. Even if you bring up the off-ball gravity, right? This is my thing. Trey got off-ball gravity too. So what are we really doing right here, right now, man? Like, come on now. Trey got off ball gravity, just like Steph. They both got off ball gravity. I would say 2 is 11. I wouldn't say it's to the gravity's not to extent to Steph, but Clay. Oh my God, Trey has just as much as him. I think Trey is better working with less and orchestrating the offense. Assist is not the only thing that makes you a better playmaker, but to me, that plays a part into it. I think Trey has better visions. I think he put his teammates in easiest positions to score. I think he makes better passes. I don't. Steph is just better without the ball, is when he's most effective. And for my MVP, give me Giannis Antetokounmpo. My man's in company with my man Wilt Chamberlain, man. Come on now. Giannis is him. He's been helping his team a lot. He's been keeping his team alive without Chris Middleton. We don't even know Chris Middleton, the same Chris Middleton that we once know. And he's been just keeping his team alive. Like, he's just been doing what needs to be done, getting the job done. Giannis is MVP. That man Embiid is getting a pity MVP. Like, what is the MVP? What we just giving out pity MVPs? Like, oh, nah. I just want an award. Everybody keep getting one but me. Listen, be better. That's what you do. Be better, all right? You over here crying about an award. Be better, man. Like, ooh, come on. If Jokic gets MVP, I understand. I understand with the whole Jokic thing. I'm not mad if Jokic wins MVP, honestly, because for me, it's Giannis and him. I don't think Embiid deserves it. I don't think he's been better than the other two players this season. Y'all gonna say he scored a lot of points. That's cool. He's not really. He's a good individual defender, but when it comes to team defense, Joel Embiid ain't that great. Sometimes on defense he could be lazy and lackadaisical. So I think that Giannis MVP, and we all know the championship through the East runs through Mr. Antetokounmpo. You feel what I'm saying? Like Embiid is, and we all know he gonna fold in the playoffs if we're being real. If Jokic wins a third MVP, what does he rank all time among centers? So, yeah,
Yo, you hear me?
yeah, I can hear you.
Alright, Knicks and
Hawks, he,
seven.
oh, he just hopped on. He talking about some Knicks and seven. Hawks, who you got tonight, bro? Well, I wait for Rel to come back. If Jokic wins a third MVP, man, he ain't top five all time, right? Because we got in no order.
Um, so that shit Demarcus Cousins was saying, not saying that he wrong. He's NBA professional. Feel me? I'm not, but that shit is stupid. Larry Bird got 3 MVPs. Nobody's arguing that he's the GOAT. Like, you feel me? So, and then he is right to a certain extent. Joker don't got no finals appearance. He doesn't have any championships. He will only have MVPs. So if 3 MVPs put him in a GOAT conversation, why are we not doing the same for Nash? Because he just has two. I think it's weird, bro. He won't be in a GOAT conversation with 3 MVPs. 3 MVPs, no real play, no real finals appearance, no finals run, no crazy finals run, no NBA champion. What would make him the GOAT? Because he has 3 MVPs.
Hmm. I think what he's saying is a lot of people might try to push Jokic into that conversation because you're talking about like the most efficient player of all time.
Bro, I'm gonna be real with you. Even if you want to talk about Joker getting 3 MVPs, he still won't be better than Hakeem. He still won't be better than Will, Bill, Shaq. He won't be in conversation with those because even what those guys did without 3 MVPs is better than what Joker did with 3 MVPs. And in the MVP is literally a regular season award. So hey, but I don't agree with that shit.
I mean, even if Jokic won a third MVP, who you got him ranked all time among centers?
He would be if he wins a third one. I'll have him like top. He might be a top 10 center now. You gonna put Matumbo or Dwight Howard over him? You gonna put Dwight Howard over him? All right.
I'm putting Dwight
Not
personally.
I'm not saying Dwight is better, but I understand an argument where you could make an argument of Dwight Howard being better than Joker just because of the final Dwight Howard bringing a team to a final, well, being the best player on the finals team. So understand that type of argument, but like the census you're gonna have over him, you're gonna have like Bill. Well, you might have Bill Walton over him. That's a little, I don't know, but I'll have him as a top 10 center. Even with these two even with these two MVPs, I have him as a top 10 center. He might be the best offensive center we've seen. When I say offense, I'm talking about playmaking with the scoring. His scoring is not like Wilt, obviously, or Shaq 32 or Shaq 30, but he's giving you 26, 10. He's giving you 26, 10, and 12 rebounds. Like,
Is he
not
better
gonna
than your
lie,
boy
he's
Willis
better.
Reed?
Nah, he's not better than Willis. Nah,
Is
well,
Jokic better than
Willis got
Pat?
to it. Patrick
Is he
Ewing.
better than? Yeah.
I gotta see. Listen, if he gets to the, if he gets, no. If he gets to the finals this year, yeah, he's better than Patrick Ewing. I'm not even gonna lie, he might be better than he's better than Pat, bro. He's better than Pat because he's better than Joel Embiid. And Joel Embiid is better than Patrick Ewing. He's better than Pat, bro. He's better than Patrick Ewing. That was nasty. He's better than Patrick Ewing.
So you got him basically around what? Exactly 10?
He might be, since he's better than Patrick Ewing, he might be like 9, 8. Yeah. Yeah, he might be. Since he's better than Patrick Ewing, I might have him like, yeah, I might have him like 9. He's somewhere like 9, 8ish, because I think Joel Embiid is a top 10 center of all time.
You got
Because
Joel
Joel
Embiid.
Embiid is like,
Yeesh.
you said what? If you look at the center position, as we're gonna talk way on defense with Mutombo and Rudy Gobert and all them other niggas, or you gonna talk the offensive nice big man. So if you're gonna try to say like we all know Joel Embiid is better than Rudy Gobert. Josh, don't start that nasty shit.
I don't know, is he? Hard to tell these days.
He's better than Rudy Gobert. He's better than Mutombo. I don't know where Bill Walton really falls at in this conversation, but I would have Joel Embiid better than Bill Walton, even though Bill Walton got that one championship in Portland. Yeah. Like when we think of other centers, who you gonna say? He's not better than Wilt. He's not better than Bill. He's not better than Shaq. Not better than Hakeem or Kareem. That's already 5 people right there. After that, the list
not better than Moses.
Niggas not.
You got Moses, David.
He's not better than Moses. I don't know if he's better than Willis. Don't know if he's better than Willis.
Pre-merger, you got George Mikan.
A lot of people don't know Willis Reed outplayed Wilt in the finals to get a championship. So I think he outplayed him and out rebounded him. Some weird shit like that. And if Wilt is what 7'2". Wilt is 7'2". Yeah. Willis Reed is like 6'9". He's a small forward height. So that's filthy in its own place.
If you count pre-merger basketball, I don't know. You could throw George Mikan in there.
George Mikan,
the first NBA superstar, quote unquote.
To me, that'd be like bottom tier, bro. I ain't even gonna lie to you. George Mikan, it's like I don't know. But for sure, you got Bill, Wilt, Kareem, Hakeem, Moses, and then after that, I think it's like fair game. Like I don't think it's like something crazy. But if he wins it, he might be better than Moses. Maybe better than Moses.
Who?
Joker, he might be better than Moses.
Yo.
What's up?
Joker.
Yo.
Oh my God.
What's the topic right now?
Where Jokic all time among centers?
He's definitely not above what Kareem, Hakeem, Shaq. I don't want to say the list gets fairly shallow after that, but I mean we got Russell, Wilt. That's just 5. I think after that, like you could put him at 6. We got 2 MVPs. He didn't average a triple double this year, but 9.8 assists. Like, yeah, that's still crazy for a center. Like, I don't want to say he's a 6 because I feel like that's kind of premature.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, you stack up the accolades after that. Like, you got Bill Walton, and
Get Moses Malone, David Robinson territory.
Moses Malone. Yeah, I think that he stacks up against those players. Like Moses Malone is a good one, so maybe he'd fall at like 7 max because he hasn't done as much as Moses Malone has yet. But outside of that, like 2 MVPs putting up. I wouldn't say he's putting up generational numbers because we've seen Westbrook get a 30-point triple double in a season, but we haven't seen a center put up 10 assists in a year, I think, ever. You could fact check me on that, but who's a center that's averaged 10 assists in a year?
I think it's only Wilt. I don't even think it's 10. I think Wilt had 9.
Yeah, I mean 9.8. Like, I mean, we were giving that triple double to Oscar Robertson, so we might as well give it to him too.
Actually, 8.6.
So yeah, I think that 7 is an appropriate spot. Like, are we gonna start making the argument that Patrick Ewing was better than Jokic because of his defense?
I mean, if you put Pat there, I ain't mad. Took a team to the final.
Yes.
But like that's the whole thing I'm
ESPN
saying.
has.
With, like, well, that's the whole thing I'm saying. With, like, he hasn't done enough in his career yet. Because like I think it's premature to rank him that high. But like, I mean, if Jokic, like, if he wins a championship and wins Finals MVP this year, like, we can start putting him above Moses Malone and above Bill Walton. Like,
I was looking at the ESPN top 10 centers list. I might have to rehab this conversation over again. So Kareem is 1, Wilt 2, Bill 3, Shaq 4. I got Shaq over them too. Hakeem 5, Moses 6, David Robinson 7. I forgot all about David Robinson. Patrick Ewing, George Mikan, and then Bill Walton. I think if Joker gets a championship this year, if he wins a 3rd MVP and he gets a championship with a Finals MVP, he's better than Bill Walton, George Mikan, and I have him better than Patrick Ewing. Is he better than David Robinson? I know Josh like defense. That's why it's like David Robinson is a 8-time All Defensive Player, Defensive Player of the Year, 2-time NBA champion, an MVP, averaging 21, 11, and 3 blocks. You could make an argument of David Robinson. If Joker wins a championship and the Finals MVP, you could make an argument. But the argument is going to either
You can make the argument on David Robinson, I guess, like on like his like if you like see what's on Basketball Reference with his all-time accolades, but the contribution he made to the championships he won is nowhere close to the contribution Jokic would make to a championship run. Like not even just this year, but within the next like 5 years. His contribution would outweigh just the fact that he's been on 2 championship rosters.
No, I agree with you. We have to see what this postseason does, and we see how it goes. But if Joker could pull off a championship this year, I think we gotta put some respect on that boy name. Yeah. I got Knicks in 4. Got Knicks 4.
You gotta stop with these Knicks agendas.
That's real Homer shit. Like that's
you gotta stop.
I got Knicks in 4. I got Darius Garland sharing the bed and Donovan Mitchell sharing the bed.
Oh my god, whose man's is this?
Donovan Mitchell has never shit the bed.
Man.
That's like a we the Lakers take.
Listen, we believe Knicks, man. We believe Knicks.
Oh my god, somebody stop this, man.
This man averages 28 points per game in the playoffs with 5 rebounds and 5 assists. He's got an elite defensive front court around him, and Darius Garland. Do I think the Knicks could win? Yeah, but like in 4 that's ridiculous.
I'm telling you, look. I'm telling you, watch. When it happens, I'm gonna be like, "Bro, was a madman." I'm telling you. Nah, but that's a 7-game series. It should be. If Randall is playing like Randall, it should be a 7-game series. If not, shit.
You guys talk about the play-in yet?
Yeah, who you got?
I think Josh was talking about I joined kind of late.
Who got Hawks and Heat?
I got Miami with a blowout tonight.
Oh, blowout is crazy.
Josh, I got Miami with a 10-point win tonight. Yeah, I got Miami with a 10-point win tonight.
I got the Hawks winning by 3 tonight.
I got Miami winning by double digits.
I think Miami winning by 10 is very generous to Atlanta.
The reason I don't think it's generous is because I don't think I do like what Jimmy Butler does in the playoffs. So what I personally believe is that Jimmy Butler's gonna go off tonight. He's gonna have one of those playoff games where he may give you 32 tonight. I'm not going to say he's going to give you 40 like he did in the finals. He may give you 32 tonight, but he may give you 32, 7 and 8, 32, 6 and 5, somewhere around there. But I think he's going to have a good night. I think he's going to get the team involved. I think Tyler Hero might shoot good tonight. So if you get Jimmy going, Tyler Hero with Bam, I think they could blow it. I think they could blow Atlanta out easily. Because Atlanta is not even a good defensive team anymore. Their defensive team is not even good anymore. So if Miami gets going, I think it could just be a quick and over game.
So with the Heat roster, I mean, what you got? Jimmy, Bam, I'll go with the Hawks roster first because there's a very steep drop off once you get to DeJounte Murray. Sadiq Bey, I haven't even heard about him playing.
He's been playing well, contributing.
Yeah, like he's been contributing to a 500 ball club. He's been playing marginally worse since he got traded off of being like the number 1-2 option from a team. And then you got Bogdanovic. He's not playing any defense. You got John Collins, Man's averaging like 9 points a game. Hasn't gone up since his like sophomore season. Got Clint. Clint will do some damage in the paint, but it's not like the Heat run through Bam Adebayo. Like the team's not that deep. Like Miami is a team that's much deeper. Like after you go from Bam, Butler, you got Tyler Hero, you got Kyle Lowry, you got Oladipo, you got shooters. You got a lot of players that aren't just the top two options on that Heat team. Whereas Atlanta, like you got like three okay players after that, and then it's a super steep drop off from that starting five. And then you also look at just who's coaching the team. Like you got Eric Spoelstra, proved championship winner, led a team without LeBron to the finals. And then what you got the Hawks rotating through a coach. I don't know off the top of my head who their new coach is, but like they've went through internal problems during the season. I wouldn't be surprised if they even lost this game and then lost to the Bulls in the next round. The Bulls have been on a tear. Like, I see that team missing the playoffs altogether.
And that's why I believe Miami could beat them so easily. Like, Miami is a good team. We all know the defensive schemes. We all get that Eric Spoelstra. Like you said, Atlanta's had so many problems this year, up and down. When everybody thought they was going to take a jump with DeJounte, plus with the whole Trae Young stuff going on now, oh, they may trade me, they may not. They could do whatever they want. That, to me, I think that takes into a factor of it. So, and I believe it's a lot on Trae's shoulders now. If he don't get out the play-in, do we trade him because he couldn't even get us out the play-in? Like, if he gets to the playoffs and he gets swept, it's still, do we trade him because he's not really doing nothing. So to me, I think it's a lot surrounding that Atlanta Hawks team. So I think Miami got tonight easy. And to me, if they face, I don't know, Chicago a little iffy to me. Even though they've been hot, they still iffy to me. Call me. But if they face Toronto, I got Toronto getting them up out of there too. I got Pascal getting them up out of there. Like, I don't. This year Hawks team, even adding DeJounte, I don't believe in what they got.
I feel like it's just been dysfunctional talent. Like it's been talent around each other, but there's no type of locker room correlation. There's no type of like team bonding going on. Like I know, like trying to psychoanalyze if teams are bonding together, like it sounds ridiculous, but like clearly those players are not on the same page with each other. Because based off what we've seen from all those players as individuals, if they're on the same page, they'd be winning more games.
I think the Hawks offensively, I don't know how Miami's going to do this defensively. Are you gonna have to pick who goes off? It's either going to have to be Trae or Dejounte, and the Heat don't look so good on offense. Their offense been inconsistent. They don't score a lot of points or generate a lot of offense.
I mean, has DeJounte even been going crazy over the last like however many games?
And the Hawks are like, as an overall team, they're just a bigger team compared to that small Heat team.
All right, so DeJounte in his last 10 games has given us 19, 19, 17, 25, 21, 29, 13, 20, 22, 10, 11. And then you want to add the next 5 games. He's given you 11, 14, 16, 17, and 23. He's had one 30-plus point game in the last 2 months.
And in this environment, winner take all, anything can happen. I still think the Hawks could pull this out.
I mean, they could theoretically.
Like Miami is gonna be good defensively, but I don't know if that's gonna be enough for their offense. They're not a good 3-point shooting team. They don't put a lot of points on the board. I think they shoot decent from the field. I think Clint Capella could bother them defensively for the driving lanes. But when you put in a small team out there, you gonna have like who Max Strus defending John Collins. I think John Collins should destroy him. Wolves Lakers. We all taking the Lakers, right? There's no way the Wolves can win that. I got the Lakers winning by 20.
Yeah, I got. Listen, I got Lakers winning by 10-2. If the Lakers do not win, all you Laker fans need to give up your hope on this championship.
It shouldn't even exist to begin with.
But I understand it because the West is kind of wide open, so it ain't really too crazy. But
yeah, there could be a universe where they beat the Nuggets.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The West is wide open. I don't look at nobody in the West and be like, that's a lock right there. Even though I picked the Suns to get to the finals, I don't even think that their road to the finals is gonna be like, oh yeah, we just walking through teams. I don't think that either. They could end up losing too. But if y'all lose to the Timberwolves, no Rudy, with Cat, Ant, and Kyle Anderson, bro, y'all got a way bigger problem on your hands, bro.
I mean, the best T-Wolves team we've seen in the last 2 years did not include Rudy Gobert. And it seems like I feel like I just keep reading things because I'm gonna keep it a buck. I don't watch the Timberwolves actively. I don't watch their games. I don't give a fuck about the T-Wolves. But it seems like everything I read and every game I watch, they're playing better without Rudy Gobert. Like how that team is structured is not to be around a player like Rudy Gobert. And they could have a crazy offensive night. Like Ant could go and give you like 35. Cat could be hitting his threes. Nas Reed has been a super underrated player this whole season. Rel, you know that. What he put like 60 up on your Knicks. He didn't actually.
Naziri, he not playing. I think he's out for the season.
Yeah, he out for the season.
No,
so you got no Nas Reed.
McDaniels was out for the season.
He's out too. And then Rudy's suspended.
He's suspended? They updated it?
Yeah, he's suspended this game.
Still, it hasn't been a bad team. Like I don't think they're necessarily going to lose by 20, but they should lose that game.
If the Lakers lose, like Grell said, the championship stuff going out the window.
I mean, it shouldn't even exist in the first place. Like, I understand the optimism, but like, have they really been playing like a championship team lately?
Darvin Ham is a championship coach, man. I don't see the pedigree out there, man.
See, I can't even tell if you're trolling or not, because there are really people that believe that. Like,
what do you think is good landing spots for Trae Young?
Nowhere, Atlanta.
You don't think he makes like one team better, or like put him in championship aspirations?
So shout out to my boy Cousins. He said it on Clubhouse. I think Cousins, Buap, a couple of people said it on Clubhouse. Certain players are just they need to be where they belong. They're at. So Trey Young is one of those players. Luka's one of those players. I believe Dame is one of those players. So what I mean by that is that where you're gonna trade him to, where you're gonna give up not that many pieces and still keep a good core together, still have your team and still have your core pieces. You're not gonna trade him nowhere where you have that. So he just has to stay. To me, he just has to stay in Atlanta or walk in free agency. Because you're gonna trade him to where? What team do you even think he's gonna fit with? You gonna trade him to the Pelicans? You don't think they're gonna ask for back in return? With like, where would you personally trade him to? Where one, you see what the Timberwolves gave up for Rudy Gobert. You don't think like all of the trading landscape has changed since then? Like, oh no, if we're gonna trade our top talent players, we need 7-year players in return plus picks. That's what
I
they
was
did for
thinking
Rudy Gobert.
like the Rockets or the Jazz because they got the trade assets.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
crazy because that's actually exactly what I was going to say. I love him on Utah or Houston because there's talent around him that he can distribute to, and they also have enough pieces to get a player like Trey Young.
So now I'm gonna ask y'all a realistic question: Utah or what y'all said? Houston.
Houston.
You don't believe Utah? You have what? Walker Kessler. You don't believe about
Or
5 of those players that you believe is good. About at least 3 of those players that you believe is good is gonna go in that trade. They're going in that trade plus picks.
Yeah,
I
but
mean, picks
Utah
I'm
and
giving
Houston could also package together like, bro, they could throw in like an
Then-
8-pick trade if they really wanted to.
Then you have Houston. Jalen Green is going. You have
I think you keep
like
Jalen Green.
a lot of those young guys was just going. So that's what I'm saying. Like, even if you want to trade him somewhere, even the pieces that you feel like is on my team that's like, yo, it's good enough to keep, you're gonna have. You think Trey Young and Walker Kessler is gonna get it done?
If you build around them, let's say you get Victor Wembanyama, so you
Come
got
on,
that little core. Give it
Come
and
on.
build some more. I don't know how many picks you give up. I don't know how much of your future you're gonna leverage.
It's not even that. Like, I mean, you keep Lauri Markkanen, who was an all-star this year, and he played like an all-star and a fringe all-NBA player. Like, you could
He
really
played-
get something cooking.
He played like that because he was on a team where Lauri Markkanen is the best player there.
But that team wasn't even too far off from making the play-in this year.
I told
Lauri
people that team
Markkanen
wasn't
as
gonna
the
be
best
trash.
player.
I
No,
told,
yeah. I'm not.
They were supposed to be a bottom 3 team in the league.
I'm
told
not
people they
saying
wasn't.
that. I'm just saying that, like, even with him and Lauri Markkanen, I don't think that. I should not doing that. That's like putting, to me. That's like putting him with like a young Gallinari. I should not really.
Well, Trey Young's a good playmaker.
Okay, he is, but I should not doing that.
If Walker Kessler develop into like a better version of Rudy Gobert, then you got Trey Young. Let's say you keep Lauri Markkanen. Let's say you get Victor Wembanyama somehow. I think within like 2 to 4 years, they could contend for championship if they develop correctly.
I'm good off that. I think the best trade that I've heard was the trade of John Collins and Trey Young to the Wolves for, I think, Cat and somebody else. Because you will have Rudy, Trey Young, Anthony Edwards, and then Atlanta would get, I forgot how they explained it, but Atlanta would get, I think, Karl Anthony Towns. They'll get Karl Anthony Towns and somebody else. But that I don't. Then he needs to stay where he at. That's it. Jaylen Brown to the Knicks.
You just want everybody to the Knicks, huh?
No,
Jaylen Brown is not going anywhere.
no.
Nah, I think he leaving.
One,
I ain't gonna
I
lie. I think he
actually don't. I want the. This is what I really want to happen in the offseason for my team. I want them to keep RJ, but at least put a shooting guard, get a shooting guard, or a small forward piece. Because RJ could play shooting guard or small forward. If they could get like when they was gonna trade for Zach LaVine, to me I was happy. You could put Zach at the 2, RJ at the 3. You have a lineup of Jalen Brunson, Zach LaVine, RJ, Randall, Mitchell. That should be in that's beating 76ers in 4.
So
In
you
4.
want 4 all-star to fringe all-star caliber players around an elite board grabber. Like I feel like that's anyone's ideal team. Like it's
Yeah. Yeah.
but
Finally get the Knicks
one with the
super
cap,
team.
they'd have to dive into the luxury tax to get Jaylen Brown because I think he's eligible for like what 260 million or something like that. He's eligible for a pretty fat contract.
God damn.
And then you have to worry about paying RJ. You
They-
pay Jaylen. He might want to restructure.
Nah, they
Randall
paid
on a max.
They paid RJ already. The person they have to worry about paying this off season is Quickly. Emmanuel Quickly.
I just don't think that Jaylen Brown is going to leave.
Oh no! I don't think he's leaving. I'm just
Because
saying.
I'm very confident that they're winning a championship this year.
I got Milwaukee winning it all, but I see another Milwaukee Suns final, and I see Giannis, Son, and Kevin Durant again.
Mm-hmm. He
Ooh,
said
that
son of
would-
Kevin Durant.
No, that would be a cool narrative, like a cool just like ending to the season.
Like they run it back, and listen, if they run it back, and Giannis, like the Bucks winning 6 again, I don't even care. The Bucks just win again, and Giannis play good.
Mm-hmm.
That's Kevin Durant's daddy. Listen, I said it. I ain't gonna lie.
Yo, Tatum is already his father.
Yeah.
What player in the playoffs got the most approved this season?
I would say Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant. I have a few people. Kevin Durant. I have Joker. Randall. Definitely Randall. Randall. That whole Knicks team. Randall and RJ. Both of them. Other than that, nah. And Chris Middleton. I'll say Chris Middleton.
Interesting. No Joel Embiid, yes indeed.
Yeah, and Joel Embiid. And listen, I've been teetered. Listen,
He about to say something crazy.
I got the 76ers sweeping the Nets. But I've been kind of changing my mind. I've been looking at the matchups. He's going to kill Nicholas Claxton. Easy.
GG's.
But if they play good enough defense, it might be a series.
If Joel Embiid loses to the Nets, that's crazy. Back him up.
He said the game really started. Hold on. John Collins hit a 3. Ew. Yeah.
You said playoff most improved?
No, who has the most approved this year's playoffs?
Who has the most approved?
Joel Embiid, yes indeed.
I think you can pair Joel Embiid and Harden in that conversation.
Tatum got something to prove too.
He don't got nothing.
After that abysmal finals appearance.
But he still don't got.
That was bad, but like you have to just look at the finals for that. Because I feel like with Tatum, he's too young to really have that much to prove in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Like Tatum's gonna like he led a team to the finals at like 23. How old is 23, 24? I don't think that it's necessarily detrimental to his resume that he played badly as the first option in his first finals. LeBron did the same thing.
Josh and Lena winning right now.
I got
6-4.
ill. That score sounds atrocious. For me, it's Kevin Durant, the Slytherin, Joel Embiid. Yes, indeed. It was one more player. I forgot the third one.
Yeah, I don't believe Randall and them niggas got something to prove.
What do people
I didn't
expect
think
from
Julius
Julius
Randle. Yeah, I didn't. My expectations
What
for
I'm
him were
saying
kind of
is
low.
they're gonna expect him to play way better than what he did last time. I think he shot like 30 from the field, like 17% from 3-pointer last time in the playoffs. That was maybe not for y'all. Maybe y'all got no expectations, but I expect him to play way better than what he did against Atlanta. Like,
No, I mean
better.
he should, but like the average NBA fan's expectation for Julius Randle is a first round exit right now. Like he's overachieving if he's a second round exit. And compared to a player like Joel Embiid, who should be competing for a championship, like I just don't think he's in the same conversation.
Oh man, I gotta watch this game. Feeling like a fool. Atlanta running in was off the floor.
And then I got a high expectation for Luka. Oh wait, he not there. I mean Kyrie. Oh, he not there either.
Oh my god.
I forgot. My bad.
Dick Ryan.
Listen. You think Josh is nasty? I want them to get the 11th pick in the draft. I want them
because
to
it
be
goes to the Knicks if it goes outside that top 10.
Zach 11th. If they be a Zach 11th, I don't think y'all understand how happy I would be. We have a good year and we could draft, or we could trade it to I love. I think the funniest thing this year is.
What about Dallas get the number 1 pick somehow?
Nah, that's if they get the number 1 pick, yeah, he paid for that. He paid for that pick.
Hey, Mark Cuban got money.
Yeah, he paid for that pick.
What you mean? They get Victor Wembanyama, man.
He paid for that. He paid for it, bro. I don't care.
How you Victor, Luka, Kyrie just to get the 9th seed is nuts.
Yeah.
Listen, I told people Utah wasn't gonna be trash and OKC was gonna make the playoffs. That was my nasty take. I was told they were bottom feeder teams. Tried to tell y'all, I saw something.
They're not making a playoffs, bro. I'm telling you.
Next season, OKC gonna be a 6 seed.
Throw it up. I got a question for you.
For you. What's up?
Next season, how many games do you want Zion to play? Would you?
Would you?
Like, how many games do I expect him to play?
How many games would you like for him to play?
At least 60.
All right. The only reason I asked is because I was called crazy because I said, listen, if he has another injury season next year, I'm off the hype train. He played 29 games this year. He's not playing in a play-in. He's not playing in the first round. And to me, for the Pelicans to say he's not playing in play-in or the first round, believing that they're going to get out of the first round, it's horrendous.
No, I mean, it's not nasty at all to get off the hype train because then he's consistently shown over the last, that would be 4 years, that he's going to get injured too much to be playing consistently good basketball. Like, that's not nasty.
And what JT said, though, because it was really a back and forth between me and JT. What JT did say, though, it is right. The Pelicans are playing, they're being very, scared about it. Like, oh, well, we don't really want to play him, but how are y'all going to exceed y'all talent if y'all just don't play him at all? And I'm not saying, play him and make him get hurt, but y'all got to play him one way or another. Because even if y'all don't play him, I think his trade stock goes down with it. Because then it just looks like, bro, this man just can't play at all. He's not walking in the boot. He's not, I don't know. I don't know.
No, I mean, he should, what's sad about Zion is that he's clearly an all-time talent when he plays basketball. But he just doesn't play enough basketball to be considered an all-time talent, or we can't even rank him in our top 20, 30, 40 list because he doesn't play enough ball. Like, what did he play? Like 20-something games this season? 30-something games this season?
He played 29 as Zach. I think his last game was January 1st.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, how are we gonna compare him against like I don't like a John Morant if he's just not playing anywhere close to as much basketball as John Morant? If he's not contributing to his team as much as someone like John Morant. Because I think that we could all say that John Morant is a top 10, if not a fringe top 10 player. And like that's where Zion, we should be having the same conversation about Zion based on just his play, but we can't have that conversation about his play because he doesn't play enough games.
That's a fact.
And like overall, it's just sad. It's like, you know, it sucks to see someone that clearly has so much talent and that can elevate a team so much, and he's just not playing games.
I mean, decisions to be made with Zion.
It is. But
Is Zion really him? I don't know.
yeah, man. I don't know. I'm off that hype train. If he hurt next season, I'm kind of done with that.
If he get hurt next season, you trade that, man.
So here's another question for both you guys. Do you think his problem is about like his weight and his regimens, or is the problem just that he's just an injury prone player? Like he just happens to be someone who gets injuries and is fragile.
I think it's a little bit of both for me.
Listening to JT because I don't follow Pelicans basketball like that. I do think it's just his body. His body is just breaking down or just having these freak accidents.
I think like it's primarily about like his regimens and how he treats his body. Just because, so I mean, I've met dudes who weigh as much as Zion and are very compact at like a foot shorter. Like it's not just all about the muscle. Like it kind of like he can't be treating his body very well off the basketball court if he's that injury prone to his height and weight. Like I have this theory about you know how like players go through like the sophomore slump per se.
Mm-hmm.
So my theory about the sophomore slump is that pretty like if you're an NBA player, basically since you're like 10 years old, you're put on the same schedule, some of the same regimens, a lot of training, you're on very competitive teams, and then you get drafted and you're trying to ball out in the league. So that summer going into your sophomore year, you got money, you got clout. There are girls out here trying to sleep with you and shit. I feel like a lot of players take advantage of all of those points that I just made, like money, clout, bitches, like all that shit. And the difference between the players that break out of their sophomore slump and just continue to slump is that some players say, "Hey, I should start focusing on the basketball instead of all this other shit that's going on." And then other players are saying, it's whatever, I'm still getting paid.
Mm-hmm.
That's my theory about the sophomore slump and players that have very high expectations that end up not meeting those expectations.
I feel you. What's your nasty takes, man? None of the vibes.
My nasty take is that we're gonna get out the first round in 6. And whoever we play next, we bringing them to 7.
Interesting.
I don't
I
care.
think y'all have to play Philly next.
I don't care if it's Boston. I don't care if it's Philly. We bringing them to 7, and we might pull off that game 7.
Next season, The Thunder will be a top 5 seed in the West. Yeah, I heard it here first, man.
I don't even think that's even too nasty. With Shaq coming back, that's a good team. Yo, fuck it, man. Timberwolves, second round. Lakers not even making the playoffs. OKC takes that 8th seed.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'll give you a double nasty take. Shea is gonna give that LeBron-led team a nice 40-piece after they get beat by the Timberwolves, and then the Timberwolves will beat the Grizzlies in the first round.
Oh yeah. He lost it, man.
Yeah, I'm getting disgusting.
Yo, Atlanta is like, yeah. Miami need to make some adjustments. But y'all know what to do. Rel, you want to drop your YouTube and all that before I end the stream?
The name right there, Rel NYC, Rel Live Clips. I play the Live Clips channel. I play like games on there, 2K, Fortnite, and all that other shit. This one,
Try hard.
listen, because you're not nice. Listen, hold on. And let me show this. It's for you, JT, all you other niggas. Hold on. You see that? See what that say? Hold on. Let's see if you angle it. 3.6. 6 of 10. 6 of 10. 6 of 10 from 3 point.
Well, now he won't shoot threes, but when he play with us, he's scared to shoot. Interesting.
Come on now. 6 red player like that. But listen, follow the YouTube. I be vlogging, story times, get ready with me, everything. Shout out to all the hoes
Yo, we out of here. We'll be back tomorrow talking about the playing games. What
Next to
happened?
the finals, Julius Randle and finals MVP.
Yo,
Matter of fact, RJ Barrett finals MVP.
I don't know who manages this, but y'all.
I'm gonna throw
somebody
up.
come
I
get
don't
it.
know what the fuck is.
We doing it this year.